Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40, and I mean way after 40. Say it with me, fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. Fashion Week is over, and this one was for the record books. I usually go to about 13 to 15 shows, and this week, I swear I did about half that. I really wasn't even that sad about it. Quality over quantity. If you're new here, damn it, welcome to the Fashion Crimes podcast. My name is Holly, and I am the hostess with the mostest, the best friend you never knew you needed in fashion, and the only Holly you need to know like ever. So with that being said, I would like to encourage you to interpret these trends into your own wardrobe. Make sure you read the show notes too, as they have all the bullet points that you need. And lastly, make sure there are no distractions for the next 30 minutes, because let's be honest, this is all shit we need to know, okay? The first day was a 3-parter. I went to Proenza Schooler, followed by Pat Bow, and then we ended the night with Sergio Hudson. Yep, you heard that right. Not a bad day if you ask me. If you haven't heard of Proenza, this is honestly one of my favorite brands. It's edgy, it's feminine, it's downtown chic. And when I love a brand and talk up a brand on my podcast, it's because they've done 3 out of 3 things that I require correctly. Number 1, nice people who work there and appreciate their customers. Check. Number 2, a variety in price points, meaning their current line is expensive. Yes, we get it, but they carry another brand, which is a lesser price point called White Label. Same aesthetic as the full price line, just different fabrics that are a little bit more relatable and to moderately priced consumers. Check. And lastly, most important, number 3, consistent sizing. There is nothing more fucking annoying than finding a brand you like and the clothes are ill-fitting or their sizing suddenly changes over time, or you have to go 3 sizes up from your normal size just to get your ass into a pair of pants. No. Once sizing becomes an issue for me at a certain brand, they're dead to me, like really and truly dead to me. I know the brands that fit me well, and Proenza is one of them. The sizing is always consistent, and I shop from both their high and their moderate priced lines. I really do. Honestly, I love everyone there. Love, love. The show this year was epic, and a few celebrities were there. Marc Jacobs, yes. Natasha Lyonne, she's from that new show, Poker Face, just to name a few. The clothes, honestly, were on another level. They paired like a fleece hoodie with a black A-line leather skirt for starters. I'm here for it. Love the way they styled that. Suiting, which has actually been around for several seasons now. They paired an oversized white jacket with like an asymmetrical midi straight skirt and slouchy white boots. Yes, there was a skinny belt, like a black contrasting belt around the jacket. There were several dresses that were long with car wash detailing. So if you don't know what car wash detailing is, you know when you go through a car wash and you go through like the strips that are wavy like noodles? That's the detailing of some of the dresses at the show. Some were sleeveless V-neck dresses that the car wash friends was on one color on top and then a different color on the bottom. Some were long sleeve that had the car wash fringe in navy and then like a burnt rust color. There was a bright yellow, like parakeet yellow faux fur coat that I was dying over. Dying, dead, deceased, dead. In case you were wondering, you know, I hooked you up with a Pinterest board this week so you can see all of my pics from the shows. Oh, I got you. Don't worry. All of these clothes are wearable for regular people in the world, regular life, not some crazy shit. Like you're like, okay, I get it, but who can pull that off? Loved the show as always. That was an incredible show. Fern Malice was there. Avi, Linda Fargo from Bergdorf, my bestie. Loved it. Some other really important buyers were there. So that was a fantastic show, and I was so grateful to be a part of it. Then we went to Pat Bow. Now, Pat Bow if you haven't heard of it, is a very hip women's wear brand by Patricia Bonaldi. She is a Brazilian designer who's been sewing since she was a child and started making gowns for private clients in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The brand actually started in 2002, and since then she has given back to her community and tenfold in thousands of ways in Brazil by building schools, providing jobs for people in her hometown. Like, she's an incredible, incredible person. She has a store in Manhattan that I've been to, and I actually got to meet her personally. That was last season I got to meet her. So again, incredibly nice, very genuine, as all the people who work there are, a great variety of things to choose from. And let's be honest, we all know that Brazilian women have some of the most incredible style in the world, and dresses from Patbo are sex pot, sex pot, sex pot. I mean, it just is what it is. She also does make swimwear as well. So Brazilian swimwear, is a little bit skimpier, but she's got gorgeous things, really beautiful gowns and two-piece sets that tend to skew actually a little bit young for me personally, but she's got plenty of other things for day-to-day life. So everything is beaded and sequined and embellished and over the top and fabulous. And there's really not much I didn't love. They do have a few suits, denim, lots of beaded denim, short, mini, and I mean mini, mini, mini dresses for days. So the Patbo customer is definitely a party girl who loves to turn heads when she walks into a room. And I did love the playfulness of it. This is always a fabulous show. I got to go last season. And I did get to meet Allie Love from Peloton. If you're a Peloton rider or fan, you know who Allie Love is. Total and complete highlight of the day. What? She was wearing a two-piece ivory French and pearl embroidered mini skirt set from Patbo. She looked fabulous. Of course, our selfie is on the Pinterest board. Don't you dare think for 1 second that I didn't ask her for a pic. I'm sorry. Have you met me? I walked right up to her. She acted like she'd known me for years. She is just as nice in person as she is on Peloton. P.S. Shameless plug, Matty Magiacomo does live in our building. I met him too. If you love Peloton, you know who I'm talking about. And he was literally just as nice as she was, acted like he'd known me forever. So he is a doll too. Anyway, that made my day, made my week, made my month, meeting her. From there, after a few cocktails, we ended up going to Sergio Hudson. Now, Sergio Hudson is a fashion designer that's been on the scene since 2014. He is from Ridgeway, South Carolina. What? Okay, girl. No wonder he is so nice, because he's Southern. Duh. Okay, like me. Just saying. Anyway, his namesake Sergio Hudson collection is a ready-to-wear label crafted entirely in the USA. Loving that journey. Construction and a meticulous attention to detail are at the forefront of every single garment. He is known for dressing big, not celebrities, big-time celebrities. Beyonce, Priyanka Chopra, Michelle Obama, what? Kamala Harris, and Jennifer Lopez. Michelle Obama made his belts famous. He has these incredible belts. Got to get one now because, of course, Michelle Obama has one. So now I have to get one. Loving him. I have a pair of purple high-waisted pants by him, and I can honestly say these are my favorite pants. I was a little worried about wearing some bright-ass purple pants, but they really worked. Nolan made me get them because we were going to the Sergio show. They totally worked. Of course, picture on my Pinterest board, so you can see my purple pants. Now, his show was a complete and total throwback to the 90s, like early 90s. All of the models channeled their inner Fran Drescher. I'm using air quotes here. The nanny from Flushing. Literally the same hairstyle and suit with a short skirt, pumps, a boucle jacket with dark pantyhose. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go watch The Nanny starring Fran Drescher. It was a terrible show, but she was and still is an icon. She was at the Grammys. If you listen to our Grammy episode, please go back and listen to that. Fran Drescher was at the Grammys and she looked fabulous. Every single model had their hair wavy and very long past their shoulders with a part up and part down like we used to wear in high school, complete with a scrunchie. Like that's exactly how she used to wear her hair. Some models wore pants. Some didn't. Some didn't get pants. Like, I mean, literally, they wore a boucle jacket with what looked like bikini bottoms. But okay, what do I know? This show was really playful and almost like played up the styles that are just for the show and some that will actually go into production. It was all about neon colors, neon, 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 90s hair and makeup, flirty clothes with a twist on a business suit in a really fun way. The dresses and the skirts were short, just like most other shows that we saw. I mean, just like Patbo. If the skirts were longer, they were usually like sexy gowns for evening, or, they paired it with a jacket. But all in all, this is not what he dresses his big time clients in, as his clothes are constructed with complete dedication and attention to detail for real women like myself. There are so many things in his ready-to-wear collection that I would love to wear. Jackets with very strong shoulders, wide leg pants, and the belts. The belts. They are really the most elegant way to top off one of his looks. Love him and highly, highly recommend you trying a pair of pants just to see if you like the fit. I'm little in the middle, but I have much back. It was like they were made for me. If you like high-waisted pants, which if you know me, I love that. That worked perfectly for me. I'm hooked, and I never wear like pants, like slacks, but I will certainly be purchasing more and becoming best friends with him. Let's be honest. Duh. He will be a guest on this podcast. Oh, yes. You heard it here first, folks. He will be a guest. We're going to put that in the universe for me. Moving right along. On Monday, I went to Carolina Herrera. Oh, you heard me right. I went to Carolina Herrera. This was literally the opportunity of a lifetime. I am so grateful I ended up getting a seat at the very last minute because someone very special to me went to bat for me and got me a ticket. Anyway, it was at the Plaza Hotel. And if you've never been to the Plaza, do yourself a solid. The next time you are in New York City, go to the Plaza Hotel. Even if you go sit at the bar and have a bougie, overpriced drink, it's worth it just for the people watching and the high tea. Now, you don't have to like tea to go to the high tea, but you go and they give you those towers of fancy desserts and finger sandwiches. Very iconic New York, as I was saying. As the many shows as I've been to and as many years as I've been doing this, I've never seen anything like it. First of all, I've never been in one of the ballrooms at the Plaza, which why would I? But I'm just saying. Everything is gold. The ceiling is like ornate carvings and the stage is like breathtaking. The stage, I mean, God, Carolina herself was there, but Wes, who is the head designer, he represents, he takes the integrity of her designs when she was the designer and really just takes the ball and run with it and keeps the integrity of the original ideas of the clothing and the customer. These clothes, the drama, the beating, the trains, I can't even, it's just unreal. The models, of course, were very young women, as most models are, but these clothes are so ageless, they can just look good on anyone. This is true style to me. It's one of my favorite brands. I wore my polka dot dress, okay, with the pointed shoulders. That's on the Pinterest board too. There were so many things I wanted, like the beaded crop pants and matching jacket, the color blocked sheath dress, dying, the purple and green damask dress with the train. What? The list goes on and on and on. The black and white striped strapless dress, the florals, oh my God, the floral shoes, dying. Oh my God, the shoes, the floral gown with the sheer sleeves, the yellow and white chevron dress with the pants underneath. What are you saying to me right now? The red and pink striped dress, the floral pantsuit. I can't. So needless to say, when you go to a show like that, you just really cannot compare it to the newer brands. Herrera makes gorgeous, show-stopping, timeless clothes that are an investment. When you get a dress like this, you wear it forever. It never goes out of style. You can certainly count on that. This is actual true elegance. Style, it just has no comparison to it. I hope I get to go again next season if they show. We'll put that in the universe for me as well right now. I hope you do too. After I came down off the ceiling from that, we went to the Markarian presentation, which was outstanding. Designer Allie O'Neill is a bestie of our Lady About Town, Nolan, who is in Europe right now at Milan Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week, so forth, so on, and what have you. I'm 80% happy for him. He's besties with Allie. He introduced me to her. I bought a couple of things from her. She is just as elegant and graceful in person as in her work. She too has been sewing since she was a child with her grandmother, and her line started in 2017. She designs dresses, bridals, blouses, jackets, and everything in between. She can make anything custom. You can change the top of one dress or put them on the bottom of another or change the fabric or, pick a different strap. I mean, you can pick from anything she has to create your own look. Everything is made local in New York City. She had a presentation, not a runway show, which means it was, a cocktail party where she had models and clothes in different rooms. It was just beyond gorgeous. And the flowers, I cannot with the flowers. Dried flowers everywhere. They were on every wall, every stair railing, every surface. And they had a jazz band. It was just very 20s-esque, very, very iconic New York. She makes everything from party dresses to sequin skirts, everything I loved. I took notes and I will be having an appointment with her. Oh, yes, that sequin fish scale skirt. Oh, yeah, it'll be mine. That picture is going to be on the Pinterest board. I need to have it. Yes, I do. I don't know where I'm going to wear it, but I'm going to get that skirt. So sophisticated and very achievable and wearable by anyone. Not out of reach, not a ridiculous price point. Please visit Markarian-NYC to see some of what she has to offer. You will definitely want to be a part of her vision. And look, I was explaining this the other day to some young folks, okay? When you shop from people like Allie, you support small brands. You know where your garments are made. You know where they're coming from. You know their workers are treated fairly. And you reduce your carbon footprint by buying from a smaller brand. Loving this journey for us. So I just want to encourage you to just look and see if there's something that you like there, and maybe you can shop small too. From there, we went to the Pat Fields book signing. If you don't know who Pat Fields is, you either don't watch TV or you live under a rock, perhaps. I don't know. She was the stylist for Sex and the City, The Devil Wears Prada, and Emily in Paris, etc., etc., etc. She is 81 years old and killing it. Her new book is about her life, and I got to meet Kim Cattrall. Yes, I did. She was there, and she looked fabulous in her silk green suit and sequin lace-up Oxford shoes, dying over those shoes. That was really super fun to watch her tell her stories about her life down on the Lower East Side, and when it really was the Lower East Side, it's much different now. Oh, P.S., when I was at Carolina Herrera, I did get to meet Kelsey Ballerini. She's a country singer. If you don't know who she is, she had on a hot pink dress with like heart on the boobs. It was adorable. And she was so nice. So nice. Forgot that about Carolina Herrera, but I did get to meet her. Loving that journey for me. Okay. Back to Pat Fields. We were squished in the back of Rizzoli Books, and I sat right behind Kim Cattrall. I sat next to Candace Bushnell, who wrote Sex and the City. So it was really amazing to see her tell her stories and how unpretentious and real she is. And she is just a real person, down and dirty, and there's no frills. So loving that. Then at the end of that night, we went to the Blondes. Now, if you don't know the Blondes, this power couple, David and Philippe, make luxury clothing for celebrity musicians and celebrities alike, like Lil' Kim, Gaga, and many other artists on stage. They really are known for their concert clothing. Glamour, fashion, and fantasy is their tagline. Everything is over the top and wow factor. I mean, wow. Not something you run to the grocery store in, not something you run to Whole Foods in, or go get gas real quick, or go to the carpool line. It takes a certain kind of person to wear the Blondes. This season, it was all about diamonds and gems, and they had models in crystal beaded dresses with oversized bows, leggings, catsuits, faux fur coats, bags that were in the shape of gemstones. They had cut out gemstones over the boobs and beyond the privates. I mean, it was like Moulin Rouge meets vaudeville meets early 2000s. It was so different and very cool. It's only the second time I've gotten to see their show, The first show I got to see Little Kim perform. It was great. Anyway, so I haven't seen it since then. And then Paris Hilton usually walks. She did that one time, but she did not this time. So it's a much smaller event now, but it was still a privilege to see it. Super creative, yet very elegant and just all around badass. That's who wears the blondes. Badass women who do not care, who want people to be seen. They want to be noticed. They want people to say, oh my God, that's weird. They want people talking about them. That's someone who wears the blondes. There were definitely a couple of dresses that I died over, let's be honest. But like in the Grammy episode, they made a dress for Heidi Klum, which was completely fabulous, and Mary J. Blige, which looked incredible on her. Incredible. So they do make custom clothing and they do a fabulous job. Just very LA, very ballsy. Love, love, love them. I hope I get to meet them one day. Nolan knows them as well. So maybe I can tag along for lunch or something. Who knows? So I would love to see what they come in with next season. Look, I just want y'all to know that when I go to Fashion Week, I'm looking for clothes that can be relatable and accessible to you, my insider besties. I go for myself. Sure, I want to go, but I go for you so I can tell you and understand and explain to you how the fashion cycle works and how the trends that are coming up, how to look for them and what to look for in the stores. Everything I learn, I love to explain it in a way that makes sense for people in the real world, as I'm a regular person in the real world, and it's got to make sense for me, okay? It's not going to make sense for me. It's not going to make sense for you. It's got to make sense for me and be relatable to you so you understand what I'm talking about, and it makes you and encourages you to know where your clothes are coming for and to elevate your style. For example, I really want you guys to look up these brands, follow them on social media, understand their aesthetic, learn what they're about, and maybe you just dab a little bit. Maybe you just find out what they're about. Maybe there's one thing here or something there that you might be open to. You never, ever know. Okay? Go on their website, see what they're selling, try to find something similar to that if that particular brand appeals to you. Style is subjective and has to make sense for you and your lifestyle. Do I need a Carolina Herrera dress that I saw from the show? Probably not. But if I get one, which I probably will, let's be honest, if I get one eventually, you better make damn sure I'm going to find somewhere to wear it. Okay. That's what makes fashion fun and exciting. I want to be excited to get dressed. And that's what clothes and fashion and style can do for you. You don't have to run out and spend money on things that don't make sense for your lifestyle. But just for an example, go on Markarian's website, see what she's selling. Maybe you have an event to go to. Maybe you can buy one thing or introduce yourself, or maybe go in the showroom for an appointment. That's exciting. That's fun. That makes it special. Just my 2 cents. So I want to do a part 2 where I can actually really summarize what the actual trends are. So what to look for and what's coming up this year. I'm super grateful that you got to tune in this week. If you haven't done so already, please share this with a friend or tell someone you know to listen and sign up for our email list. You won't be sorry that you did. All these pictures are going to be on my Pinterest board. I posted a lot of them on social media already, but I want you to see what I was wearing, how I put it together, what these brands do, how they show their clothing, how they style it. You can encourage yourself to maybe do something similar or figure out what's next for you. That's why we're friends, is because you want to know about style and fashion. Duh. Because I really don't know how to talk about anything else. Let's be honest. Okay. So connect with me on social media. Leave me a review. Oh my God. Leave me a review, please. I love it when you leave me nice reviews. That has been pushing me up in Apple Podcasts. I'm loving that. Thank you so much. Send me questions. Great, amazing 5-star job on people who are DMing me and asking me things. Shout out to Cheryl, who reached out to me, Vicky and Sherry, or Cherie, not sure how to pronounce your name, who all sent me DMs and asked me questions, started chatting with me, starting a relationship with me, loving that journey for me. Keep the DMs coming. I check them every day. And please send me an email if you have bigger questions. I really encourage you to reach out to me with questions, problems, concerns about fashion and style. Somebody emailed me about petites. I'm going to do a another episode about that. They want to know how to buy petite clothing, how to find that, how to shop for that. Somebody else asked me about my sneaker episode. Are these too crazy? Are these too weird? Like, we're going to talk about that again, but keep the questions coming. I'm so grateful to you, my insider besties, for hanging out with me every single week. Drop your email again in the pop-up box so you get this free fashion content delivered straight to your inbox every single week. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm really going to summarize the trends, like what the experts say the actual trends are coming up this year. So I'm going to do a summary of that. Have a fabulous, fashionable week. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast, and we are out. Bye.